Well, it's official, folks. The Mandalorian is the most streamed program ever. It just beat Stranger Things. Now, as good as The Mandalorian is, it is a fantastic show, without a doubt. I want to tell you what I think is the best piece of Star Wars canon, period. And that is the Clone Wars animated series. Now, the irony in this is that Dave Filoni, the executive producer of The Mandalorian, and Jon Favreau, the executive producer of The Mandalorian, have also been in the Clone Wars. Jon Favreau actually voices a Mandalorian by the name of Pre Vizsla. And Dave Filoni is actually the showrunner for the Clone Wars. And I don't know how many of you guys know this, but George Lucas was also a big part of Clone Wars, writing it and producing it with Dave Filoni. And if you haven't seen this series, I don't know, maybe it's because it's animated. Maybe that's the reason that you haven't given it an opportunity. But seriously, just try and look past that, because you're really missing out on something special. The Clone Wars is really the best piece of Star Wars canon to date. It beats the OT, it beats the sequel trilogy, it beats the prequels, it beats the Mandalorian without a doubt. It's fantastic. So if you haven't had a chance to see it, Christmas break is coming up. Everybody's got Disney Plus now. Binge that, baby. Just binge it. And I guarantee you're going to love it just as much as I do. Let's start the show.
Meanwhile, back on the podcast, four colossal nerds named Saba, Chris, Christina, and Frank have set out to take on a great darkness that has enveloped the world of fandom. With their powers of common sense and the strength to take on even the most butthurt Twitter mobs and insufferable comment section trolls, they fight for truth, objectivity, and nuance in the conversation and debate over fictional made-up shit.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Miwa back on the podcast. I'm Chris.
I'm Christina.
And I'm Frank.
And today we're going to do our second episode of our We Have Spoken after show for The Mandalorian. I'm sad I didn't make the first episode. Maybe I can keep this general. Keep things general anyway. But we'll talk. We're going to talk about the episode 3 or chapter 3, I should say, of Mandalorian. So initial thoughts. What did you guys think of chapter 3?
I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it, but again, I think it's literally like what do you call an all you can eat fucking nostalgia bar, an all you can eat fan service bar right now. It's just it's so piled on.
Yeah.
I want more depth. I want more character development. I need to go below the surface, and I haven't made it anywhere near below the surface in terms of this show this show and what they give us. So, but I enjoyed it. Like I'm definitely enjoying it. Like I really like the characters. I really like a lot of the things that happened in this episode. Christina?
Yeah, I like this one. I think this episode felt like more of an adventure, and I think we got to explore more about the Mandalorian and maybe a little bit about who they are and their background, but we didn't get very in depth. But I kind of like what I'm seeing, and I like what we're seeing in the world. Basically like the barter system, the bounty hunting, all that is kind of fun. And I don't know, I'm obsessed with Baby Yoda. I like Baby Yoda.
Oh my god, Baby Yoda's so cute.
Although I want to know where the
Everybody
hell he
loves
came
Baby
from.
Yoda.
I'm so curious.
Everybody loves Baby Yoda.
I was reading an article and it was suggesting that Yodas don't need to have sex to
They're
spawn,
phoenixes.
and that they're like
What?
fungus. They're like fungus,
What?
and they can be asexually
No.
spawned.
No, it's they're phoenixes. They burn up and then they become Baby Yoda.
Well, I don't think anybody
He's not
that wants
Yoda.
to picture Yoda having sex. I think that's the problem, right?
That's the thing, right? Well, I also don't want him to be Yoda's kid because that somehow
not-
makes the
yeah.
world feel small.
So yeah,
and I
very
like
small.
how having another Yoda species, another creature from the Yoda species,
Yeah.
kind of makes the world feel
Which we
a
don't
little
have a
bit
name
bigger.
for. He never named his Yoda species. Isn't that weird?
That's why everybody's calling him Baby Yoda.
Yeah. Okay, so my initial thoughts, I think I'm gonna do an encompassing initial thought because I didn't do episode 1 and 2. I agree with you, but I underline here in my notes, fan servicey, but works.
Yeah, it
because
works. I
here's the
liked
thing.
it.
So like right away I saw episode 1, and then all throughout episode 1, 2, and 3, I realized that like, yeah, there's no depth. Like what the fuck? like the whole, first of all, the whole not taking off the helmet, that's new. That they added that, and I don't like that. Because like I get it, you want him to be mysterious. He can be mysterious. He can still also take off his thing. How are we supposed to connect to him if we don't see his face, right?
The best thing is Jon Favreau was literally a Mandalorian in Clone Wars and took off his helmet all the time.
Yeah, like,
I feel like he has expressions anyway, even though we don't.
I feel his expressions too. I know.
I
What the
feel it.
fuck?
I feel it, but I have to reach for it.
What the hell's going on? Is he like a
I don't know.
telepath?
Maybe
Is he like a
maybe there's
telepath?
like minor CGI. Do you think there's minor
Oh.
No,
CGI?
no.
on
That
can
would
feel-
that would be nuts.
I
That
can
would be
feel
cool.
it. I can feel his facial expressions just
Yeah.
looking at
What
him.
is
It's fucking
that?
Oh
creepy
wait,
as
sorry.
fuck.
So yeah, so I'm still on my initial reactions.
Yeah.
But I think like this is the show where fan service works because, like, if you know Boba Fett and Jango Fett, they're pretty much a fan property. Like they were nothing in the originals.
There was no
But-
depth to that character.
But like but the fans made it something. So this is where you fan service, right? And all I wanted to see was more armor and more weapons. And it's like I gave up that ghost, and I'm like, all right, fine, don't show me depth, show me cool shit. And that's what they did. And I'm like, really, I really like it. I'm never the guy that says fan service is good. Like I fucking hate that. But this
I
is the
think
place.
we might get to a point where there's a little bit
Yeah.
more depth.
Yeah.
I feel like they're just, because the episodes are short, they're kind of
Yeah.
just building to something.
Mhm, mhm.
So
So there were changes with this Mandalorian well, they're not a species, they're like a people because they
yeah,
don't
a
have to
religion. It's
they
a
don't have to
religion.
be humans. There used to be a planet, but that got destroyed. So like there were changes. So this whole, like I said, this whole taking off the helmet, never taking off the helmet, that's new. That's nothing that wasn't in the original. That wasn't in Clone Wars.
it wasn't canon.
It wasn't canon, and I don't like it. Like, why not? Why can't you take? And this whole it is the way. I don't like that either.
But I feel because it's like some kind of religion that they're gonna have to
Mhm.
do stuff like that.
Yeah.
And also, time has passed since these original characters.
Yeah, but
right?
they're
So-
20,000 year old culture.
Yeah, but
So
if you-
7 years
if, like,
isn't gonna matter.
If like yeah, okay, that's true. Yeah.
So okay, so what did you guys think about? Oh, so did you guys discuss the Purge last week? So apparently, there's this flashback scene that he keeps going back to, and the Purge is, I'm assuming, the Empire.
That's not the Purge, though. The flashback scenes have been all separatist forces attacking during the Clone Wars. Because you get to see the battle droids, and you get to see all droid like military, like all droid military.
I think it's the Purge.
Not
I
the-
know.
yeah, it's not the
You've
Purge,
seen the
dude.
super battle. I know you've seen the
The B2.
super battle
Yeah.
droids.
Yeah,
But the thing is, like, here's my problem.
sure.
There's the Purge, which the Empire does. The Republic also shuts them down, and apparently now the Separatists did it too. Like, it's three different things that are just like incoherent. Because
the Separatists didn't conquer Mandalore because
the
Mandalore.
Republic did.
No, okay. So
Sorry, the Jedi's.
the
did.
Jedi fought the Mandalorians at one point. They didn't conquer it. It was like almost an armistice at some point, right? That's my understanding. And the Separatists didn't conquer Mandalore either. They couldn't, because in the Clone Wars series, spoiler, Darth Maul actually tries to take over Mandalore in the Clone Wars series, and he's not successful. So Mandalore remains an independent state. So what happens is, I think during the galactic war between the rebellion and the Empire, something happens to Mandalore. I think that there is a purge.
So I think what you're thinking of, the Jedi, when the Jedi took over Mandalore. So okay, here's the thing: Mandalore, the country the planet that they're inhabiting wasn't their home. Their home was Coruscant. They're from Coruscant, and the Jedi Order kicked them out of Coruscant. and that became the capital of the universe.
I don't think that's canon anymore. I think the canon is that Mandalore is their home planet.
Oh, okay. So I don't know what they when they turn legend, but what about the helmet, like the Mandalore helm?
Yeah,
that's what the Jedi took away from them, because that's still in Clone Wars, I'm pretty sure.
they took their helmets away.
Yeah, so Mandalore, you know the black saber? That's the Mandalore. That's the helmet.
Dark saber.
The dark saber. So the dark saber is like whoever holds that is the leader of the Mandalorians.
Yeah, it was Paz Vizsla. It was Paz Vizsla, the first.
Pre-Vizsla.
No, Paz Vizsla. Pre-Vizsla is the character that Jon Favreau played in Clone Wars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So before that sword, it was a helmet, and the Jedi Order took that helmet so that they could never have a leader. So in turn, the Mandalorians went to this Jedi temple and stole the black saber, and that became the new legend. So the black saber still exists. So therefore, I'm assuming the whole Republic going after Mandalore is also canon, because they're linked. You know what I mean? So, anyways,
yeah, I can't.
I guess
expand on
we
that.
can't talk about that right now. But
That's a lot of backstory to cover.
yeah, this is all just stemming from the fact that I was just gonna ask you guys what you think of the changes. So the whole taking off the helmet thing. So do you guys like the fact that he always keeps the helmet on?
No, because I've seen other Mandalorians take their helmets off.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
it's not
Jango
really
Fett does
it's
it.
not really a big
Maybe
thing.
there's a reason for it in this world. Like,
Maybe.
I
Yeah.
get the feeling that Bronze Lady has created these rules or something, and it has something to do with
Well,
like this.
I see her as the leader of like
Yeah.
a religion. Like, she's almost like a priest. Like,
Yeah,
it's
it
almost like the
feels-
armorer. Like you know, I think I said this in a previous episode, but it makes sense to me that the person that makes armor and weapons for religion based on armor and weapons would be the priest, would
And
be
it
the
seems like-
religious leader.
It seems like there's a lot of rules, and they're like a respected people. Like people like the Mandalorians.
They fear the Mandalorians. There used to be a warring race.
Yeah.
So like everybody, they're kind of like
They're the Spartans.
yeah, they're this scary. Yeah, they're this scary.
That's why they
like,
have the
race.
same.
Yeah.
The visor is
Yeah, for sure.
the Spartan nose guard.
Well, they're
Yeah.
definitely respected in this like
They are, yeah.
town, this lawless kind of
they're
town.
they're respected
yeah.
for sure and feared. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're not known to be there either. They just they literally just revealed
Well,
themselves
people
in this
know
episode.
who they are because everybody goes around calling him Mendo. Hey, Mendo.
Yeah, but he's supposed to be the only one. Everybody
Oh,
else has
okay.
been in hiding.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So
So I feel like there's a reason why he can't take off his helmet. I think it's gonna get tied into like their history in the show.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think there was a great
I
level.
just hate it
there was
because
too
it's
much
hard to
importance
connect.
placed on that. There was way too much importance.
It's
Like-
hard to connect to him now.
Yeah.
And I like the actor that plays him. And I want to see him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
I think
like
it's
him too.
cool that he's able to emote without showing his face. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's
But he can still do that if you can take off the helmet once in a while.
It's
you know
like
what I mean?
through his physicality. It's like
Yeah.
everything else is. I don't know. It's awesome. Like I
So-
don't think every actor could pull that off.
Yeah. He's the one underneath the actual suit, right?
Who?
The guy
Pedro Pascal?
Yeah, Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, he's the guy under the suit.
Yeah.
He's not just voicing it. I don't think.
See, I also feel like the humor. I mean, I've never liked humor in Star Wars, anyways. But the humor also doesn't land because you can't have comedic timing when you don't have faces, right? So like the whole Taika Waititi's character,
IG-11.
yeah, IG-11 and his jokes felt flat. Like there was no comedic timing
I
there.
don't know. I kind of laughed every
Like,
once in a while.
Yeah, I didn't mind it.
The lines were pretty funny, but it was just like I was just like, oh, I acknowledge that this is funny, but I don't know. Like I felt like the comedic timing could have been better if they had like emotes, you know?
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, let's talk about this episode.
Yeah, I was just talking about it as a whole. So he gives a pause it. I'm confused. Yeah, so this episode, he essentially gives up his he turns in his bounty into the remnants of the Empire. But before that, he gets a little bonding time with Baby Yoda. Fucking so cute when he's like playing with the nozzle of his hyperdrive or whatever it was.
Yeah, it was literally a shift knob. Like cars are actually built like that, where they actually screw the shift knob on.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, that's a little too fucking real world for me. That
I
thing
like
just
that.
pops off.
Oh, I like that.
I don't know. I was like,
You had
eh.
to unscrew it. It didn't just
Yeah,
pop off.
yeah, I know. It was threaded, like threading
Yeah.
in the threading in the galaxy. Okay, sure. I don't know.
What, you think they would have more advanced techniques?
I don't know,
threading?
something, man. I don't know.
It gotta be soldered on, like.
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
So I actually did feel like this is a little bit predictable, this plot, which is, like I said, I don't think the plot is the strong suit of this show. So he gives up his bounty, and I think and I do like the fact that he turns in his bounty, and you knew he was gonna take it back, but I like that his merc mentality is still there.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if he was gonna turn in the bounty. Actually, I thought he was gonna find a way to dupe them and like keep Baby Yoda.
Which
But
he does, yeah.
I like that he turned it in.
He turned it in, yeah.
And then
because it's
he
true to his
kind of went
character.
through this like struggle, like this
Yeah.
emotional struggle.
Yeah.
And he changed his mind and he went to go
Yeah.
save him.
I felt like a lot of it was kind of obligatory. Like, there's a lot of scenes here.
Well, so is Star Wars. Like, so is all of Star Wars. Pretty much everything is predictable.
I mean, I can make a strong case against that probably.
Star Wars.
A lot of
Star
it is.
Wars is a pretty predictable
Oh yeah, predictable.
until we hit Last Jedi.
Actually,
Until we hit Last Jedi,
okay.
and then it got unpredictable.
Yeah, in a bad way.
No.
Let's take that for a second, because Star Wars also had the biggest plot twist in movie history that nobody got.
That's true.
Right? So it's very there are a lot of things that are obligatory about it, but I
Right.
think this show
Are you talking about Luke? I am your father.
Yeah.
Was that the plot twist?
yeah. At the time nobody saw that coming,
yeah.
right?
But but how many times can we say Luke, I am your father too, right? Like that's really, you only got
What
the
do you
one
mean?
time. I'm making a joke because you can only say it once or twice based on Leia. That's it. So
so
you gotta get more creative than that. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
I think a lot of this show has really suffered, like a lot of their scenes really suffered on how obligatory it is. For example, like one of the main scenes in one of the scenes from the first episode was the whole mastering the mount, that fucking ugly like
Yeah, I didn't like
Dude,
that scene at all.
that scene was so obligatory. It was just like
It was useless.
It was this whole like Western. It was
a Western thing, yeah.
It's a trope in Western thing,
Yeah,
and you
and a
could tell
samurai thing,
that
yeah.
they had to do it. Like
Yeah.
they had to master it, and it
Yep.
was like you see him falling off the horse twice,
Yep.
and then he's like, okay, I'm gonna put my hands up and I'm
Yep.
gonna master this mount.
Yep.
And I'm like, that scene is completely unearned.
I made the exact same point.
yeah,
Frank didn't like it. I liked it because I feel
Nope.
like it was a way for the older guy to see if he could trust.
Cool.
Yeah, cool, to see if he could trust the Mandalorian. So I don't know. I was.
No, I
he
didn't see
trusted
it that way.
him really fast. Also,
Well,
too.
I feel like it was a test. I felt like it was like, okay, is the Blurg gonna like you? If the Blurg doesn't like you, I'm not gonna like take you on your journey.
But would you agree that scene was too short and too like he mastered it way too fast?
I didn't
he
like it.
mastered it way
I
too
just didn't like
fast.
it.
It seems
Yeah.
like a really violent creature.
Yeah.
It could.
Yeah,
It would
I
have
didn't
probably
like it.
taken like days.
I think
for
that
him
that scene was completely devoid of meaning because of how fast it was.
I don't know. I feel like it has a purpose. I feel like the purpose was to
But, okay,
develop trust or like a bond between Kuel.
But the thing is, like, the rancher guy, Kuel, already trusted him really well. Also, that was also a problem because it was like he didn't expect he didn't ask for any payment. He was just like, "You help me kill." Like, I don't understand why him riding the.
It
Blurg.
seemed like he really thought these outlaws were a problem. Like he doesn't want the
Right.
outlaws. in
Right.
his-
So I don't understand where the
So he's
Blurg
kind of
comes
using the Blurg. I felt was just like because he trusts the Blurg, so he trusts the Blurg's instincts. So if the Blurg takes like a liking to the Mandalorian, then he'll trust the Mandalorian more. Like he
Yeah.
doesn't want the Mandalorian.
You think?
Yeah, I thought it was something like that.
I didn't get that vibe because I was already concerned about how fast this rancher took a liking
I did think
to
it
him.
was fast too. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, there's no way he's gonna learn that so fast. But.
So after he turns in the baby, cute Baby Yoda.
Did you guys notice? Did you guys notice when he got to the door and he saw the stormtroopers that his ears dropped?
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Well, Baby Yoda's scared. We see fear.
Oh, yeah, he's
in his
scared, yeah,
eyes. He's
yeah.
like, shit.
Yeah, and did you guys catch all the Twi'leks and the Jawas like in the towns, like in the thoroughfare?
Yes.
That was awesome. The
No,
practical effects on this show are
It's
fantastic.
so good. And
Yeah.
like I love seeing all these races that we've seen in Clone Wars only.
Yeah,
Like the pirate race. I used to know all their names. Fucking I forgot them
I can't remember the name of the pirate race
The pirate
either.
race was so cool, and
Yeah.
you only ever see them in Clone Wars.
Yeah,
And now they're here, and now like this is exactly where you need them, the Outer Rim, right?
That's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see more races, more stories,
Yeah,
more
you're
people.
gonna get them.
So yeah, so for me, the Mandalorian is really like filling all that
Yeah.
in. So.
And like the Jawa like climbing the fortress, like how cool was that thing? Like
That
you
was
saw
cool.
that once
Yeah, it was dope.
I like
in the movie, and then you're just like, well, I wonder what that thing can do, and this shows you. Anyways, so this episode, so he gets the payment, which is this like metal that's like native.
Beskar.
Sorry, Eskar.
Beskar.
Beskar. Yeah. And it's their metal, and it's like, and the other Mandalorians hate that he's working for for this like remnants of the Empire because they took the Beskar.
Well, he doesn't find out that
It's
that
reforged.
Yeah.
The Beskar has been
printed.
What was it? Yeah, minted with
yeah,
the
it's been mixed. It's not pure anymore.
No, it's they just
it's
melted
still
it
pure.
and
They just
put
minted
the,
it.
Well, they said something that it was like reforged by the
Empire.
bad guys. So maybe that like takes away.
No, no,
I didn't catch that part.
So
Yeah, they
here's
said
what I
that.
think. The purge was them stripping this metal away from the Mandalorians because this metal is laser resistant, and it's also this like sort of this religious relic that they hold like in high regard.
Yeah, I made the same comparison to because I'm making a lot of connections between real world history and what the Nazis did.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of liken the Mandalorian Beskar to like what they did with Jewish gold. Like they stole Jewish gold by the ton, right? When they invaded Poland and when they invaded all these countries. So I almost kind of felt like there was like a lot of comparison there. And I actually started doing a lot of analysis to see how many things are really parallel between world history, the Nazis, and the Empire, and what they've
There's a
actually
lot.
done.
Yeah,
Lots, man. There's tons.
Stormtrooper was Hitler's elite.
Yeah.
Thing's
The SS.
helmet is Darth Vader's helmet.
Yeah.
Is actually Hitler's helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
Yeah. No,
But
tons.
I do like your first comparison to Mandalorians and Spartans, and this like this metal Beskar.
Well, that's their
Beskar,
race. Yeah.
is like I like it. It's like Valyrian steel. You know what I mean? It's like this holy relic metal that's like that's their cultural thing.
Yeah.
It's what makes them like really great warriors,
Mm-hmm.
right? And the Mandalorian that confronts him and has this like weird adolescent fucking fight with him, they bullied him because he took a job with the Empire.
They had strong feelings against that.
Yeah.
But then I guess the leader
Well,
was
they feel
just like-
betrayed because the Mandalorian is like walking around with Empire Beskar that was stolen from Mandalorians.
Well, and then
During the purge,
Right?
I'm assuming.
the
Yeah,
leader
yeah.
was just like, you know what? The Empire's gone. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
let it be so.
Yeah.
Right.
So okay, so this brings me to one of my favorite parts of this show, and something that I'm really excited about is him upgrading his armor.
Yeah, it was
And
cool.
like
I felt like it was unnecessary. but
no.
cool.
Here's the thing: if you know anything about Boba Fett culture and Jango Fett culture,
Okay.
it's the armor. It's what makes him awesome. Because there was nothing, he had no character in those movies. The thing that made him awesome is because we've never seen someone dressed like him before.
I know,
with a
but why
jetpack.
did he need a new outfit 3 episodes in?
No. I think
already?
that's gonna be a thing in the show.
He's gonna keep getting cool
He
upgrades.
keeps getting upgrades, and I really like how they didn't give him a jetpack in the beginning.
Yeah.
because that's very iconic to him.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that Boba Fett had that he doesn't have. He doesn't have the rocket. He doesn't have the antenna. He doesn't have he has a flamethrower.
I love the rod. The rod is such a cool weapon.
Yeah, fucking incinerator. That's illegal,
yeah.
actually.
And like it's also like a prodding rod. Like it's almost
Yeah,
like
it's a
what you
shock,
would use
yeah.
to like tame cattle or something.
It's funny how it's like non-lethal but super lethal.
yeah.
Yeah, but the thing about Boba and Django
just
that people
disintegrates
forget
people.
is that they weren't Mandalorians. They weren't Mandalore. They were
Jango Fett was.
no, neither of them were.
No, Jango Fett was definitely Mandalorian.
I don't think so, man.
Okay, both of you state your case. Why was he Mandalorian?
No. I just
tell us
thinking.
why. Tell us why.
I just think in canon he was never a Mandalorian. He was almost somebody that stole the armor. Like I think
Oh.
that's how it started.
Do you agree or disagree?
I'm pretty sure he's Mandalorian.
I don't think so, dude.
He's not Kaminoan. 'Cause
No, he's not Kaminoan. I just think he's somebody who stole the armor
Huh.
from somebody.
I don't know. I'm not familiar enough with.
I'm
that.
almost certain about that.
I hope he's Mandalorian.
But the one part we kind of glanced over that I want to talk about was the client and the little kind of ominous speech that he gave the Mandalorian about, you know,
Complicated profession.
well,
thing?
that and the whole part about, you know, it's amazing that there's more metal there's more of this metal around than there is actually Mandalorians, almost kind of like a veiled threat. Like if you continue to try and fuck with me, because he started asking him questions. He's like, what are you going to do with what are you going to do with it? And he's like, I'm sorry, but, or we did first flight. Actually, he didn't say I'm sorry. He said, I find that very uncharacteristic of somebody in your profession, right? And how it violated the code. Like basically the bounty hunters like do their job, they drop whatever the query is off to the client, and they don't ask any questions. So the Mandalorian has broken the code of the Bounty Hunters Guild just by asking. And this obviously creates some friction. And then he does go and get his armor made and all that shit.
And they told him to forget about it too. He was just like, just don't worry about it. Forget about it. Go on a vacation instead.
And then Dr. Pershing was like scanning him and with a thing and telling him that he was healthy and whatever.
So I think he's got a motivation that's different from the other guy, because he's always so spoken about the safety of
the doctor. 100%. The doctor was like completely on the side of
they're extracting
Baby Yoda.
midichlorians.
That's what people are saying. Because you can actually overhear when the Mandalorian is surveilling that building. You can hear the client tell Dr. Pershing, extract the necessary material and be done with it. So he actually says extract the necessary material.
Jango Fett was a renowned Mandalorian bounty hunter, assassin, mercenary.
And canon?
I mean,
what's your source?
In Google.
No, we need canon, bud.
I mean,
need canon sources.
Let me call George Lucas up.
You do that.
He plays magic with me on the weekends.
Do that.
Anyways, so he turns in the baby, and I like I said, I like the fact that he does turn in the baby, because it's not just like him turning. Like I always hate it when mercenary characters just stop being mercenaries when the plot wants it. Like, you're a mercenary, you'll have deep-seated like a code of like professionalism and like you. I mean, some mercenaries are like greedy or whatever, right? Like avaricious. And the moment that they turn on their mercenary code, I hate it, because it's such a betrayal to the character, and it makes mercenaries like a gimmick. As just like a part of a backstory, right. And I like, obviously, like I said, this is pretty predictable, because we as soon as you saw the baby, he was gonna take that baby sooner or later, right? But I like how it took him a while, he's just left and got the armor.
There were so many moments where I was like, oh, okay, he's gonna turn it in right away and whatever, but he doesn't. And
he doesn't,
Well,
and
he doesn't kill it. I was like, he could have also killed it, because they start him off with a lot of killing. He kills a lot of people right in the first episode.
And they gave him the option to kill him, for sure.
Well, he gets his armor, and then he goes over to see Grief Karga, the guy that runs the bounty hunter.
I like him so much.
Carl Weathers.
I like him so
much. Great.
Like, he's such a cool character,
and we see him like feeling an attachment to Baby Yoda too. So this whole time,
who?
The Mandalorian.
Oh, we're talking about Grief Karga.
Oh, I know. I missed the jump.
I also miss, like, I mean, you can always talk about Baby Yoda. I'm always down to talk about Baby Yoda.
Yeah, but he basically,
I really hate that Saba got a claim to liking Baby Yoda before me, because I wasn't there for that fucking episode.
Well,
I like Baby Yoda better.
She like one-upped everyone. She said it exploded her ovary.
Or they were going to explode.
Okay.
They were going to explode.
I can't. Okay,
you can't beat that.
I don't have ovaries. God damn it. Let me get a sex change real quick. I'll make that joke and then change back.
That's why I captioned everything with, you think you love Baby Yoda? You ain't got shit on Saba. Yeah, no, for sure.
Nice rhyme, too.
Yeah, not bad, eh? Not bad. That was all by accident.
So this whole upgrading armor, I love it, because sooner or later he's going to get this jetpack, and it's going to be this, like, monumentous moment akin to Darth Vader lowering his helmet and saying, and like, for the first time and hearing that... You know what I mean?
I love that they talked about this new thing called whistling birds.
Oh, I was just gonna say,
such a cool weapon
whistling birds is so dope.
That was so, but I was like, what the fuck?
Though.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Yeah,
because he shot 4 shots. I'm pretty sure it was 4 shots.
And there was like 7
seven
whistling birds. All right.
Yeah, but in the moment, you didn't know what they were. All you heard was, let's make some whistling birds.
I immediately
went like, awesome, let's do this.
I immediately like opened my eyes so wide, and I'm like, oh my god, this show just became so epic.
It was cool when he like upgraded his whistling birds too, like that whole moment where he puts it in his glove and they're glowing.
And they get sucked in.
See, this is what I want from this show, right? Like, it's so I've already given
weaponry
up. No. Well, the thing is, like I had already given up that the show was going to be any form of death, and I was like strangely fine with it.
I'm not giving up yet.
I'm strangely fine with
It's
it.
gonna be all about the action figures and the Baby Yoda dolls.
Yeah, for sure.
In time for Christmas.
Shut up! Please don't be that.
Yeah,
oh my
I
God.
mean that's how it works nowadays.
I want a complicated hero.
Well,
That's
you
what
might
I
get a
want.
season 2. Maybe they'll like
Yeah,
tell
we'll
us.
see.
Don't get me wrong.
Well, we already got season 2, by the way. It's
Oh,
already been
okay.
renewed.
Awesome.
No
Yeah,
way.
it's already
Awesome.
been renewed.
Yeah.
Wait,
Hold on. Before we move on.
Well,
like,
because it's the #1 streaming show right now.
hell yeah, hell yeah, it is.
Yeah, it beats
All my
Stranger
friends are
Things.
watching
Yeah.
it.
It beats Stranger
Yeah.
Things. Yeah.
So, anyways, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm never the person to be like, just give me the shallow shit. Like, I'm like, you guys know me. I'm all about like the deep story. But like, it was really strange for me how fast I can give this up for this show, because this is the show where it's like just show me awesome things. I'm okay with this.
I feel like
Yeah.
all the cinematography and the way they talk, everything like that, feels so much like the original movies.
Yeah, it was shot really well.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
so
no, it definitely echoes the original
I think
trilogy.
that's why
for
you're
sure.
giving up all your.
For sure.
Yeah,
it's the
for sure.
first time it feels like Star Wars
Yeah.
again.
Well, the thing is, like, if they gave me a rich story and no cool armors, like, this isn't the story for. This isn't the thing for. This isn't the property for that. This is the Mandalorian, guys. This
Okay,
is
give me a
about
balance then.
armor.
Fuck.
Yeah, balance. I'm cool with balance.
Give me a
we
balance.
don't know if there's not going to be a story. Let's see
Right,
what else
right.
happens.
Yeah, I'm
There's
sure
some,
there'll be
there's some
something.
pretty
So-
badass
So when he
guys
walked
in
into
this.
when he walked into that like bar with his new goddamn
Karga?
armor,
Yeah, the
I was
Karga.
like, "Fuck this! I'm all in for this."
Did
show.
you notice? Did you notice that everybody he talked to, he asked how many fobs did you give out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, how many people had fobs to this
Well,
fucking kid, right?
Yeah.
And apparently the client had sent like more bounty hunters.
Everyone.
Karga had
Everybody
sent
in
more
the
bounty
town.
hunters. Everybody was trying to get this fucking
It was
kid,
a competition.
right?
Yeah.
And apparently the Mandalorian comes out on top, and Karga's all impressed, and he's like placating him
Yeah.
and like congratulating him. He goes, and then he says something about enjoy your time. Or no, he's like, what do you want from me? He's like, I want my next job, and he wants the farthest fucking job he possibly can take,
He is a workhorse.
because on his mind, fucking Baby Yoda.
Yeah, he feels
right?
guilty.
He feels like shit. And then Karga's like offering him Twi'lek pleasure baths or something like that,
Yeah.
which is basically like rub and tug in Star Wars land, I guess.
Always the Twi'leks. Poor Twi'leks, man. They're always just like the hot girl.
I wonder what the fetish is. Is it like, is them like putting like their Montrals like near your butt? Like, what
Maybe.
is it? Tickling your balls?
I think it's the blue.
Like, what
the
is it?
color. There's a thing about blue alien women that's actually been a thing in the 90s. No, it is. It's a thing.
That's interesting.
Even Mass
yeah,
Effect-
Avatar
Mass Effect
was
had the
pretty
same thing.
sexual. That was
Yeah.
pretty weird.
Like even Mass Effect had it. Like the Asari, which is like the really.
Oh,
They're all
yeah.
females and they're all hot and they're all blue. It's really funny. But anyways,
Blue's a really calming color.
yeah. So he breaks into this thing. So he sees the nozzle for the knob for his like ship, and then we see like the most like humanizing moment for him.
Yep.
Even without seeing his face, and then he goes in there and breaks. I love that moment where he's like, is he just gonna knock on the front door? It's like, nope. He knocks and then like breaks the thing.
No, but he did the surveillance first.
He breaks the he did the
from the top
surveillance.
of the building.
Yeah,
And that was fucking dope,
that
because
was
Yeah.
cool.
you
That-
get to see the extent of his equipment and his
equipment,
abilities and
yeah.
all that kind of shit. And that's when you hear the fucking client say, extract the necessary material and just
Midichlorian.
and be done with it.
He used the prodding thing as like a tuning fork to hear their conversation.
Yeah, that's what it is.
No,
yeah.
that's not what happened.
No,
Yeah.
it's his helmet.
That's
I think.
not what
Oh,
happened.
I think it's
really?
his
I
helmet.
thought it was
And
like
then-
it looked like because he was pointing it at them.
And then he goes back around behind the building while he's surveilling it, and
Blows it
he sees the baby,
Oh, the crib.
in the garbage.
I like that crib.
And I think that's the point in his
I was
mind,
like, he should have taken
where he's like,
it.
fuck. He's like, now I gotta do something.
because he could have sold it for some money.
Yeah.
That was a pretty.
By the
epic
way,
crib.
it's a small detail, but this show's all about small details. We don't have a lot of time this week. I'll nitpick the shit out of it on episode 4 or episode 3 of this. But I like how his scope is to the side of his gun, because I play airsoft, and when the scope is on the top of your gun and you have a helmet, there's no way you're aiming down
Yeah.
sights. Like I love that small detail that they added, which really like shows how much care they have, at least for the world itself, maybe not for the story.
Yeah.
But, yes. Anyways, so he breaks in Black Ops style and takes out all these fucking
that was
clone these
Stormtroopers.
Stormtroopers still suck even
Yeah,
in this
actually,
world.
No,
I found
actually-
them, they were pretty cool.
People are actually saying now that
They
the
fought back a little
Mandalorian,
bit.
the Mandalorian has righted the wrongs of this
Clone trooper.
trope
Yeah, exactly.
Which is the stormtroopers missing all the time.
because they're pretty
They
good.
hit him 3 times.
Yeah, they're pretty good in this one. I mean,
They
don't
fought
get me
back,
wrong.
but they didn't really.
Yeah.
There was like 3 of them.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
still
yeah.
suck.
No, but they hit him 3 times,
Yeah.
right? That's
He just
more than
had-
any stormtroopers hit anybody in the world of Star Wars.
Hey,
Because they
tell that
can't.
to the Ewoks,
They
okay?
can't kill him by hitting him because he has so much armor.
No. I'm
I may
talking
have
about the
peeked
laser blast. I'm talking about when they're shooting him.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, they actually hit him this time.
Yeah, but if they were gonna hit Luke or Han Solo, then those
Yeah.
guys would have had to sustain an
Yeah.
injury from a
Yeah.
laser. Whereas this guy doesn't have to. He's
Yeah.
covered in armor.
Yeah. So he breaks out and he uses the whistling birds, which turns out to be really amazing.
He uses the whistling birds after he gets surrounded.
gets
though.
surrounded,
At
yeah.
the end, he's
Okay,
got
I
Baby
did-
Yoda.
I did like that he
Oh, no,
couldn't
wait,
fight
wait.
like 10 of them.
Wait, Baby Yoda is in this medical device,
Mhm.
and he looks so small on that table,
So
and this
cute.
medical device is like 3 times his size, and it's like over him,
Yeah.
and you see these readings coming out, and then Dr. Pershing is like, "Don't kill me, don't kill me.
I tried
I'm
to-
the only
I'm
one that
saving
protected
it."
him.
Yeah, yeah.
I saved him. Blah 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 blah." And as he's like huddled in the corner, the Mandalorian scoops Yoda, and he's out, like silent, like a
Yeah.
fucking ninja. You don't
Yeah.
even hear him leave, right?
Batman style.
And then he goes back out in the corridor,
And then the best
just
fucking
shooting,
fight scene
great
ever.
fight scene.
That was a
Yo,
good-
that whole like people of your own caliber fighting you. There's something special about that.
Yeah.
In like the streets of. Okay, so one of my favorite.
That was some solid Snake shit. That's what that stuff was.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah. One of my favorite like places in Clone Wars is 13th level. Is it 13th level?
1313.
1313 of Coruscant, and we never got enough of that. This like film noir, like dirt back alley.
They were actually going to
thing.
make a TV show about
Oh,
1313.
that would be so awesome.
No. They were. It was like way back in the day.
But that would be pretty awesome.
Yeah, that would be cool.
So, but anyways, like this really reminded me of that, which I'm really appreciative of, because the
the hideout did?
this entire fight scene.
Oh,
did.
okay.
Because it was very like back alley, like
The fight
like
scene in the
immersed-
street.
In the street,
Yeah, that was great.
And then it's like he gets to a point where like he just can't do anymore. He's just completely surrounded.
I
and
love
then,
how he almost escaped on this really slow speeder. I'm like,
Yeah.
how come nobody else is jumping on the speeder?
or
What
shooting the
fuck?
fucking R2 unit.
But the jump
Finally
onto the
things-
speeder was the best. He literally
Yeah.
like spun in the
Yeah.
air,
Yeah.
shot a guy,
That
and
was
then
cool.
landed.
Yeah. And then the most glorious thing happens when the Mandalorians fly in. Like that was my
Yeah.
nerdgasm
Oh, that
right
was
there.
amazing.
That was the most glorious
I
fight
loved
scene
it.
ever.
That was cool. That was fucking
And no
cool as shit.
lightsabers. Like you know what I mean?
No lightsabers.
Yeah, but the
not
lights
lightsaber.
on the jetpacks were there. That was pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
They
so-
were illuminated.
So like
So they looked like
they all
holy or
fought-
something in the white light.
yeah. So they all came in and rescued him, even the asshole guy from that one scene, and
That
they
was-
fought like real Mandalorians.
Because they're a team.
That was Favreau's voice, by the way.
Oh really?
that
That's
was
cool.
definitely Favreau's
By the way,
voice.
this
That's
he didn't
awesome.
direct this one. Somebody else did.
Yeah, somebody else did.
Yeah,
I
it was-
think
it was a woman, I think.
it was Bryce Dallas Howard. I'm not 100% sure.
Well, it was really good directing this episode.
yeah, I think it
um,
was good too.
Yeah,
So, like-
this is my favorite episode so far.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. And there's a point that I think I'm gonna save for next week, but it's somewhere along the lines of this, like the Mandalorian lore is the first time that I felt in a Star Wars world that can stand alone without any Jedi. I think it's the one property that can actually stand and not feel like a cheap knockoff of that universe.
I don't. Okay, we can say that, but we haven't had a lot of other
No,
things to go by, right?
I can make cases for other ones. So there are a lot of properties that came close, notably the Rebels. So in Rogue One there was no Jedi whatsoever, and Chirrut Imwe, which was Donnie Yen's character,
Yeah.
was like this Force monk, and it felt like a cheap knockoff to Jedi's for me, and also
It was close.
yeah. But it just felt very hollow, and like I'll make this case in next week when especially just, considering the Saba's not here, and also like I won't spend time because this is more specific on the third episode anyway.
Okay.
But yeah, so like I actually really felt that this property can stand on its own without like making you ask the question. There's no like, why is there no Jedi's here? Because the Jedi have been like the crowning achievement of Star Wars, right? So, anyways, let's just wrap this up. Keep this a short week. Keep this a short episode, and maybe...
Wait, we're missing
Yeah.
a part.
No, we're still going.
Oh.
So the Mandalorians come in this glorious gunfight, and they all escape. So they help him escape. They say like hold him off. And then the cool part was like he says like you guys have to relocate now, and they're like yeah it's not a big sacrifice for us because you're one of us and we'll protect you. And they're just like it's the way.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, and
Yeah, I
he
like
uses a word for the group
Oh yeah, what was
that conveys that it is a religious sect or something. I can't remember what it was. Hold on a sec.
This is the way should be our catchphrase for this episode.
No.
Oh.
I like that bit.
No.
I mean, that's a good bid for like the entire series. Sorry,
Yeah.
Frank. I like that one, but it's not like I like yours for sure, but it's not.
Somebody's already
it's not
using
very
this as the
Mandalorian.
way, bro. Trust me.
Yeah, but somebody's already using
and
meanwhile as well.
And podcast is about speaking, so we have spoken. It's just a better.
I
Sure.
see.
But it's just like a side character that said it, and it's not the Mandalorian that said it. No, it's okay. I like it. It's
You're
fine.
hilarious.
So, anyways, what were you gonna say? What does he say?
I'm looking for it.
Hey, did you guys put captions on your Disney Plus?
What?
Like, did you put like English captions?
Yeah, I did at one
No.
point.
Was it out of sync for you guys?
No, I
No.
didn't put. I don't put captions.
Oh,
on
mine was out of sync.
One of the guys was called Vizsla too. Actually, the big guy with the
yeah, it's just
with the heavy gunner.
heavy
he
gun,
was
yeah.
he was a Vizsla. I can't remember what it's called, unfortunately, and I
It's
don't
fine.
have it written down
We'll
here.
talk about it next.
But covert. They called it a covert.
Oh, okay.
A covert. So it's like a convent, but it's like called a covert.
Mhm.
I don't know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe it's a unit,
Yeah.
like a unit of Mandalorians or
Oh,
something
maybe
like
an
that.
undercover unit.
Maybe.
their base, yeah.
Because that explains why they're all hiding and
Yeah.
the Mandalorians all running around
Yeah.
taking
That would make
jobs and shit.
sense.
And then the best is at the end when he's flying away in his ship, and the heavy gunner guy's got his jetpack and he's flying next to him.
No, before that.
Oh.
So he gets into his
Oh, right,
ship,
Karga
and then Karga,
is waiting for him.
good, like you can already tell this dude's like
Yeah.
a force to be reckoned with as
Yeah.
well. And then he like shoots fucking the grappling hook on the thing.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
so
it's so good.
crafty.
His
man.
harpoon, yeah.
This is what I love. It's like how crafty he is.
Yeah.
And then he shoots him in the chest. So my question is, did he shoot the metal? What is it called again?
Beskar? On
Beskar?
purpose?
Did he shoot the Beskar on purpose?
No, he
No.
didn't know he had Beskar in there.
No, he did know it.
No, I know he showed his money off to him in the bar. Like, I know he's like, and I'm
Yeah.
rich too, and he
Yeah.
put it back in his pocket.
Yeah.
But the chance that he remembered that the Beskar was
Oh,
there,
this guy's a professional.
I don't know, man.
And he's got perfect aim. I think he shot the Beskar on purpose.
I don't know, but Karga tried to kill him.
Yeah, I don't
He
think
literally
would have
had
a
the whole-
motive. I don't
Yeah,
think he would
I
have a
guess so.
motive to shoot the Beskar on
Okay,
purpose.
okay.
And
He
he's
literally
pretty
had the whole town trying to
cold-heart-
kill him.
He's
Yeah.
pretty cold-hearted, except for Baby Yoda.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
By the way, like I had a lot of reservations about lightsaber or laser resistant materials in the Star Wars universe, but I think this is done really well.
Yeah, Beskar works.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
it does exist. Like there are even
Sure.
like there are metals that are lightsaber resistant.
Yep,
And
there are.
I thought I would hate it because it's just like it's.
well, why
fucking
not?
cheap.
Because it sucks if there's a weapon that can just kill you. Like, of course, if that
Yeah, but-
exists and you know it exists and you know you might come into contact with it, you're gonna try to think of something to protect
Oh
yourself.
no, it's not.
against
Nobody
it.
invented Beskar. It's just like a naturally occurring metal in the world. But you're right. Like it kind of balances the Jedi.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, why would you want to balance the Jedi? They're the Jedi.
Well-
They're the crowning achievement.
I feel like
Yeah.
now they're not. They're gonna be brought down to a different level. Like,
Which is why I have the hesitation in the first place. Because like, why would you want to bring down the Jedi to
so
like
that you could tell more
well-
stories.
yeah, or you can just develop skills to rival Jedi. Anyways, the point is
Well,
like
I think developing armor to rival
yeah,
a
yeah,
lightsaber
yeah,
is
yeah,
fine.
yeah. It's fine. It's fine. It's as I'm saying, as I'm finishing a point that's parallel to what you're saying.
Fine.
I actually didn't mind it as much as I thought I would, because like, yeah, it actually really works for it really speaks to why they're so good. Like, not only are they really good warriors and they're really crafty, they have the best equipment, and that's really at the core of Mandalorian.
And that's like any war. If you know somebody has a weapon, you're gonna try to either
Yeah.
one up your weapon or defend yourself.
right. And then so like the flying away scene, freaking the heavy gunner. Is it the heavy gunner?
Yeah, he's a heavy gunner.
Flies beside him and he's like, I gotta get one. And I'm like,
I gotta get me one of those.
yeah,
yeah,
you do, bro.
that was
I'm
cool.
sure he's gonna get one.
He's gonna get one by
eventually.
like season finale, I think.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
What do you guys expect for episode 4?
Oh wait, before that,
Yeah.
I do wanna. We did miss a piece of armor or a piece of equipment,
What?
which is important to this show.
What?
Vibrating knife.
Oh yeah, they have a vibro.
That was cool.
They have vibro knives.
Yeah.
I did
yeah.
not notice that.
Yeah,
Vibro
knife
knives
was
are in
like,
canon
was
too.
like a thing.
Yeah,
so I think
they're in canon.
This is why I think he killed the Mudhorn really quick, which pissed me off. He's like stabbed him on the side and he just died immediately. And then it was actually explained like it was his knife. His knife was like some lethal.
He was using a vibro blade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
So
really cool.
that's actually
Anyways.
something in canon. The other thing we glanced over was when the armorer was making his armor, he was flashing back to when the separatists attacked his home planet or his town or whatever, and then we see him get put in like a hold or like a bunker or whatever, and the thing that opens the bunker is a B2 battle droid.
Yeah. Super battle
Why
droid.
would a fucking battle droid open up a bunker? It's just kind of
Because his orders are find
Oh,
everyone
that's
and kill
true.
them, right?
That's true.
And I like how they brought back the super battle droid. Like I thought, like that was really cool to see. You
That
know
was
what I mean?
kinda
They're
neat to see.
respecting the universe.
Yeah, they're definitely respecting the universe for sure.
So now he's gonna be on the run.
He's on the run.
He
Yep.
has a baby to protect.
Yep.
And he's not going to be able to get jobs anywhere in this region of the universe
Yeah.
because everybody's going to know what he did.
Yeah.
So he has to go far away. So
Yeah.
that's all we know so far.
I mean, he has protection from all the other.
Well,
All
in
the
the
other
trailer,
Mandalorians, yeah, but
in the
I didn't see the
trailer, we
trailer.
see him interacting with a woman, with a child, another child, and then there's like a bunch of like foresty scenes. There's a lot of greenery scenes. So it's definitely not this planet. So he's obviously going to be on the run. He's going to be hunted and chased down. And I think Giancarlo Esposito's character will either be an opposing force to the client, or he'll be helping the client track down the Mandalorian.
yeah, and the clients definitely got their own people, so they're going to
Yeah.
be
Yeah,
looking
the
for him.
remnants of the empire.
The
Yeah.
remnants,
Shitload
yeah,
of
the
people.
remnants,
Yeah.
yeah, that's exactly what
And
they are.
So I'd like to point out that just because we saw a super battle,
That's
droid-
another thing with the Nazis.
What?
When the Nazis got their asses kicked, they moved out to Argentina and all kinds of Southern American countries to hide. And did you catch the part where Karga said to the Mandalorian, he goes, because the Mandalorian raised the issue, he's like, they're the Empire. Why the fuck are they here? Like, why are they here, right? And he's like, well, if you want to take it up with the Republic, you can always go back out to the core
and he's like,
worlds.
fuck that.
The core worlds, right? So
Yeah.
Coruscant and the bigger planets. So clearly we're either on the outer rim or we're in
100%.
the unknown regions.
All the best
Outer
stories
Rim, I
happen
think.
in
I think
the
it's Outer Rim, too.
Rim.
I think it's Outer Rim, too.
Jawas are very indicative of
Yeah.
Outer Rim for sure.
Outer
Yeah.
Rim reminds me of the Wild West.
Yes,
Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
All the
fucking
best
love
stuff
this.
happens in the Wild West.
Yeah.
This is very Wild West for me.
Yeah.
So I'd like to point out that just because we saw a B2 unit and a super battle droid, it doesn't necessarily mean that we're looking at separatists. Because if you remember the B2 units were the banking clans droids.
That's
right?
true.
So they weren't designed exclusively for the Clone Wars.
That's true.
They're banking clan, and the other one was Trade Federation. Right?
But the explanation, the most logical explanation, is that
Separatists.
was the separatists. Yeah.
But like it's not necessarily like I don't want to jump to that conclusion because
Right.
I don't like them mentioning that there's a purge that the Empire did, and then there's this thing that he's flashing back to that's not the purge. It's like a little bit too convoluted.
But he's also mentioned that he's a foundling too, right? So somebody found him and took him in,
But doesn't that
and
sound,
brought him to Mandalore.
Doesn't that sound like? Oh, you mean that this is even before everything? Oh,
Yeah.
he was a child. That is true.
Yeah,
that is true.
Like,
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
I don't
So there's
think he's.
there's two cataclysmic events that happen. I guess I don't think I used that word right, but there's two big events that happened to the Mandalorian people. Well, I guess more than two. That's just weird to me. It's a little convoluted.
That's not weird. Like, there's a lot of races that get picked on throughout history.
No, but like when you're foreshadowing something, it's very messy when you foreshadow two different events that are completely similar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like you do a flashback and then you name an event. People naturally assume that you're talking about the same event. But if it's two different events or three different events, even with the Republic, it gets it's just disconnected. Like, it feels very convoluted. But we'll see. We'll see.
Here's the question: Does the major clans get mentioned, like the clans that have been in Rebels and Clone
I
Wars?
hope so.
The Vizslas, the Wrens, who's the other guy? The pilot. Shit, I can't remember the dude's name. But there's a pilot in Rebels who helps Sabine and Kanan and Hera with like
I don't remember.
Yeah, with something
Yeah.
I can't remember.
I hope they do.
But the Vizsla led Death Watch in Clone Wars.
Mm-hmm.
That was Jon Favreau's character.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope we get more mentions of Vizslas. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
And I definitely want to see the Darksaber at some point.
Yes,
that would be
Darksaber
dope.
me.
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll get it though, because it kind of seems like they're scattered across the universe, and there's already been a lot of a lot of exposition that the Mandalorians aren't what they used to be.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but like they seem very focused on Mandalorians as a religion and a culture.
oh yeah, they're
So
a warrior
I think they
race,
will.
yeah.
I think they will explore that avenue for sure, and not just keep it localized to Mando himself.
Yeah.
Cool name, by the way, Mando. Anyways, so I think we're gonna wrap this one up.
Yeah.
I felt really bad like talking without Saba here, especially with Mandalorian. So let's keep this one short, and then I'll keep my I'll talk about my generalization. Of
By the
show.
way, we didn't even mention that Saba was not here for this episode.
She had some work stuff to do.
or you can do it in your cold
No,
open.
she's not at work.
Ah, go ahead, Frank. You do it. Sorry.
She's at a Jonas Brothers concert
Oh,
right
yeah.
now.
Let's ask her before we air this.
She's gonna be
Just to-
fine with that. Come on. She's at a Jonas Brothers
I
concert.
mean, okay, I didn't know that I liked some Jonas Brothers songs. I listened to some Jonas Brothers songs, and I was like, actually, it's not what I thought it was. It's a little bit rock and roll. I was
What?
like-
Are you on crack? Oh my god.
I liked it better than I thought I would. Like,
They're
it's
the
not as
worst.
lame as the Backstreet Boys were or NSYNC.
They're
Whoa,
the
whoa, whoa,
worst.
whoa, whoa! Pump your brakes.
They're
Pump your
kinda
brakes.
lame.
Hey,
Oh my god.
I like it, but it is lame.
all right, we're gonna end this episode here. Because there are a lot of things off air that we're gonna scream at each other about the Backstreet Boys. So
Not me. I'm not going to be involved in that conversation at all. I
Listen,
have nothing to
they're,
add.
They're way back playback. Just leave my Backstreet Boys alone, okay?
Unless it's the
Fine, they're fine, but their lyrics are like nothing.
Unless
they're,
it's the
they're dreamboats.
Okay.
unless it's the Queens of the Stone Age, I have
save it.
nothing to add.
We'll save it. Okay, guys, this has been Chris.
Christina.
And Frank,
Later, dudes.
peace.